So I took a break again from YouTube. I have to do that every now and again, just for my own sanity. And I started watching a little bit to catch up, just to kind of see what was going on. And, once again, here we go. It's, if it isn't one thing, it's another, big things that are happening. And of course, we have to dig in and go after kids, right? We have nothing better to do with our time. It's not enough to take jabs at the parents. We have to go after their children. And I've already done some videos, right? If people haven't watched them, already done some videos about Natasha's niece, about the journal, and my thoughts on that. I already called out uh, everything about that, okay, and how it was wrong. So I'm not going to go back into that. I called out the people that did it wrong, all right? Because I don't believe in going real life at all, no aspects of it, and especially when it comes to the kids. And no matter how you want to twist it, turn it, uh, people were not concerned about Natasha's niece when they did this. When they did this mess, they weren't concerned. You don't wait and hold on to information and wait for what? A year, 2 years, and then put this stuff out and say, I was concerned about the child. No, you weren't. You were only concerned about hurting Natasha or getting views. Plain and simple. That's it. So, anyways, Lindsay, aka the DeLorean, I've already said I don't know much about her. Okay, I've seen some videos, a few things here and there, but it's not someone that I listen to a lot. I haven't listened to much on her. But it seems like this is a pattern because not long ago, and I did a video on this as well, she dug into, or quote, someone sent her information about Jessica Lynn's child and her social media. And she had to put out a video, and she stated that the video was just to clear her name. No. And I don't know what's exactly is going on with Kim and Crafton. I haven't really listened to much about that, but it involves, again, with the DeLorean, okay, about digging into information. I'm not sure. And I don't know much about TT either. I do know that she lost a child, okay, in a horrible way. And this is something that's already been put out there. I'm not, digging into information or anything like that. This was put out there. And the DeLorean made a little cartoon that was a little horrible cartoon in reference to this. Okay, I don't think it's up any longer, but she can twist it any way she wants to twist it. We know what that cartoon was about. That's all I'm going to say about that. And it was in reference to TT's child and situation. All right. And now we hear this voice recording of her going after Natasha's niece and Natasha. But basically, on the recording, what we're hearing is her saying that she, don't quote me, had a deviant or whatever idea / plan, whatever, about calling CPS to stop an adoption that has been going on for a while for Natasha's niece. And this is the way, the reason, okay, and it goes on and on. I'm sure everybody has already heard it. I don't have to really dig into that. Now, she does say, I'm not going to do it. But if somebody wanted to, if there's somebody out there that wants to do this, this is the reason that you can. You know, if somebody would get in contact with the caseworker and let them know A, B, and C. And then she also states, I know it's going low, but when it comes to Natasha and Mandy, I don't give an F. Nowhere in there does she state, you know, I have a concern for this child. Now, she's wanting to say, well, that's not the whole conversation. There's more, or she could be saying, I don't know. There's more to the conversation than that or whatever. It doesn't matter. That's what we heard coming out of her mouth, okay? And it seems to me, this is just my opinion, that she likes to keep her hands clean. As you noticed, she says, I'm not going to do it. But if somebody else would like to do it, this is the reason that you can give. Kind of like when she sent Jessica Lynn the email that she sent to me. I already said that was kind of a rude email. She sent her that email kind of like, hey, and she did say this, hey, you know, I reached out to let you know somebody sent me this stuff on your child. But if her heart was in the right place, and I've already said this, she would have sent Jessica Lynn all the information that was sent to her on her child. I know they don't get along, but she would have sent all that information. It wouldn't have been such a rude email. And she would have sent all the information to Jessica Lynn. But no, she didn't. She had a video ready to play when Jessica Lynn went live. Right? And she put some of that information redacted, edited to the hilt, whatever. It doesn't matter. You should have sent the mother the information that was sent to you. And then she's hiding the identity of the person that sent it. I've already said before that it doesn't matter if someone sends you information on someone's child and then this goes for everybody. You should reach out to that parent, no matter if you like them or not, and say, hey, I know we don't get along. This is what was sent to me. And, you know, if you have morals, no matter if they're your friends or not, this is who sent it to me. And this is all the information that was sent to me. And I just thought you should know. And then delete the crap off of your computer, your phone, whatever. Tablet, devices. Because you shouldn't have other people's children's information. Right? She didn't do that. No, she didn't. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm keeping my hands clean. I'm doing stuff out of concern. No, you're not. So this seems to be like a pattern, okay? A pattern with her. Again, I don't know what's going on with the Crafton situation. Now, has people dug into the DeLorean? I'm sure. I've heard little things too. Absolutely not right either. But I'm only talking about what I am seeing and hearing. Okay? You can't spend this. I don't care if you want to put out the rest of the conversation, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. All right? You can't spin it. Now, I know Natasha went live and she was very upset because, yes, this did happen like last summer, but it was just brought to light. And I don't care if it happened last summer, all right? It should have never been said. And I don't know why it's just now being brought to light. It doesn't matter. And some comments were, well, girlfriends talk or people talk when they're in anger. I've seen that too. They say things when they're angry. You got to watch what you say, okay? That is words that you don't take that lightly. When you're the parent of this child, and yes, Natasha is raising this child as her own, so she is that child's parent, okay? You don't take those words lightly at all. And those were vindictive words against a child. And to kind of wish upon a child to be placed in foster care instead of living in the home that they're used to and happy in, especially a child that has went through already so much in her short life. Insane. Absolutely insane. And she wants to say, I've never called CPS on anybody. We don't know that for sure. You can say it as much as you want. We have no clue. Again, this seems to be a pattern with the DeLorean. All right? That's just my opinion. Again, Natasha went live and she was very upset. Rightfully so. Because when you can't get at another person, okay, or, you've already done the jabs. You've already taken all the jabs that you can take at somebody, all right? And then you've already put out their records, okay? You've already went low and you've went out after people's fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, whatever. What's the next step to get back at that parent that is going to make them angry? You're going to go after their children. And then those claws are going to come out. Because you go after mama's children, you go after mama's children's children, sorry. You go after our kids, the claws are going to come out. And Natasha, her claws came out. Now I know Lindsay is doing some lives and everything else. She's trying to, I don't know, look at things that happen here or there or put out this or that. Who cares? You did what you did, own it, okay? Some other people has owned what they have done and they have said, I did do this. I shouldn't have done it. I'm sorry. Own it. And not only own it, but stop the behavior. Because I've said before, you can say sorry until the cows come home. But when you continue to do the same thing over and over again, that sorry doesn't mean shit. It doesn't. So then, I seen, and I don't know much about this allegedly with Brittany. I don't even know if I said that right. And I guess she was friends with the DeLorean, okay? But I did watch some of her video because I was wondering, okay, what direction is she going to take? I've only watched her videos a few times. And she basically has stated that she is pulling her support. She said that when she did this to Jessica, that she did not agree with it at all. And, you could tell the way she was talking that she was, almost at her wit's end then. But she didn't pull her support or anything when it happened to Jessica. But when this happened with Natasha, this was like the last straw. This was it. When she heard those voice messages, this was it for her, because she's seen that this is a pattern. And she could no longer support her friend, and she has made that clear. And that it hurts her heart, and she didn't want to drag the DeLorean's name, but she just had to pull her support from her. I don't know if that means that she's not going to no longer be her friend. I mean, she is saying this in public, I'm pulling my support. So that very well may end that friendship. Now, on Natasha did another live. And on this live that she did, this was a very, to me, in my opinion, vile live. It wasn't that long. And I did watch the majority of that. And she was, still probably very upset. Again, rightfully so. And she was going off on everybody. And she was calling Brittany every name under the sun. And Brittany, stated that she's pulling her support. That she could not do this. Now, you would think, I don't know what beef Brittany and Natasha has. I can't keep up with them all. Now, how do I know about these other creators? As through Natasha, okay? That's how I know them, through. Or I would have never heard their names before to go check them out and see who they were about. But, if somebody is basically throwing away their friendship or their support because of something that they did to even somebody they don't like, because it has to do with their children, I think I would have be a little more appreciative of that. And maybe you don't even have to say thank you, but just like, I appreciate that your morals are intact and that you're standing up for what is right, instead of calling that person every name under the sun. And I know she was yelling at Tia. And when this video came out, this news, I don't even know if Tia even knew about it. It was new. I mean, I don't think Tia does videos every night. I don't know. I don't think she does. So she might not even have known about it. I think they had a little falling out because Tia went over on the DeLorean's channel not too long ago. But she probably didn't even know about this. I mean, Natasha didn't even know about this until, it was new. It wasn't new what happened, but it was new coming to light. So she's yelling, is this who you support? And blah, 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 blah. But Tia probably didn't know about this either. Now, I don't know what Tia's feelings are going to be now about the DeLorean after this came out. Because I am seeing a lot of people that supported the DeLorean are like, I can't support you anymore. That did. I'm seeing some people that are still sticking with her and saying, people say things in the heat of the moment or whatever. I'm sorry, I can't support. I don't support that. Not going after a child, and basically, if people followed through with that, and you could have got this child put in foster care, no, mm-mm, friend or no friend. But here's the thing, okay? I'm about truth, right? These other creators or these other people that have talked about children in a negative way, I have said something. I have. You can check back on my videos, and I just did it again. But if we're going to stand up for the children, just like all the other things I've talked about, we're going to stand up for all children, just not certain ones, right? And we're going to talk about all the creators that do this. And Natasha talks about other people's children as well. And it seems like her community is fine with it because she does it in a different way. Natasha does it in a different way to kind of maybe cover herself. To say, well, mine wasn't as bad as what these other people are doing. Because she stated, you won't see me, sending out personal information or dragging or whatever. Okay, but she still talks about other people's children. And we heard it just on this video where she was ranting about, again, each different person that she had an issue with. And there's no issue with her venting and going off on different people, taking jabs at different people. People do that in the drama community. I do have an issue with body shaming, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But she also had pictures of Jessica Lynn's child that she's been holding on to, that she admitted to. So if anybody else, all these other creators, and she even said, how long did these people have information, like with the journal, how long did they have information or had this journal, and they didn't say anything? How long did they have this information about the DeLorean and they didn't say anything? Well, why did Natasha not say anything about having these pictures of Jessica Lynn's minor child that was on TikTok, of her social media? And I know some people are saying, I seen it in chat, well, you're kind of know better. And she's like, oh, you cannot compare mine to what, to the journal or to this other thing. Well, yeah, because you actually have pictures of someone's minor child. And just like all the rest, the other people, if someone sent you that, you should have reached out to Jessica Lynn. Just like I said, they should have reached out to you. They should have reached out to other people's, parents, no matter if you liked her or not, and said, I was sent this on your child, and sent Jessica Lynn everything you were sent, and then delete it off your devices, period. And not use it for your content. And that's exactly what she did. She critiqued those pictures of this minor child because she was wearing a bikini. Now, she was critiquing the way she was posing, I guess. I don't know. Jessica Lynn already stated that her child will be 16 next month. And Natasha has done this a few times, actually more than a few times, critiquing these pictures. And, in my opinion, dragging this child on how she's dressed. Now, she blames it on Jessica Lynn I would not allow my child to be dressed this way, and putting it on social media. But she's critiquing the child for content, because you should not be talking about a minor and what they're wearing on your channel. And you shouldn't be holding on to those pictures. So, yes, she talks about other people's children as well. And then she also stated, my children, they would never, look like that or whatever. It's a bikini. At least that's what she says it is. And she says, no one has seen these, not even my mods. We don't know that. We have no clue. Because we know how creators, how they are, or what they do. They show their mods things, right? We have no clue if those pictures did not get passed around. We can only take Natasha's word for it, okay? We can only take her word. I'm sorry. No. Taking someone's word for it. Again, I've already said this before. She shouldn't have a minor child's pictures on her computer and then talk about her. And then she wants to say, that her niece doesn't even have a TikTok. And I see it in chats where people were saying too that, my minors don't have social media. My 17-year-old doesn't have social media. Mine didn't until they were over 18. Give me a break. This might happen in some households, where you have really strict parents that don't allow social media. But I don't know of one teenager that doesn't have some sort of social media. I don't. And the thing is Jessica Lynn and her child could have thought that her social media was locked down. And for some reason, it wasn't. And that could have been brought to her attention, but, it wasn't. It wasn't brought to her attention. It was held on to for creepy little people to dig into. And to say that your teenager is not on a certain social media platform, you don't know that for sure. You have no clue. They might tell you that they're not, all right? But we're talking about teenagers. And not saying that, you can't raise good teenagers that don't tell little white lies to you. Again, we're talking about teenagers. And you have no clue what they're doing 24/7. You might say you do, but you don't. You don't know what they're doing when they go over to a friend's house, okay? Or when you're out and about and they're home alone, or when you're doing parents when they go live, when they're on YouTube and they're live for hours, and your teenager might be in their bedroom for hours. You have really no clue. And I know that kids can use different, screen names, usernames, whatever, for these different social media platforms. Now, I've raised 3 teenagers. So, I had a very open relationship with my kids. They could tell me anything, and that's how I raised them. The good, bad, the ugly, you can tell me whatever. Because I want to know. I want to know what's going on in your life. And they would. But I'm finding out now that they're adults, they are telling me stuff that they did as teenagers. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, it's kind of a joke now because they're grown. But, I'm finding out different things that they would do as teenagers. I'm sure that a lot of us, people that, have grown children, we're hearing, some stories that our kids did when they were younger, when they were teenagers. They come to us and tell us that they did this and that. So to say that we have the perfect teenager and they're not doing this and that is a bunch of BS, okay? You never know. So moving on from that, she also was talking about Scarlett. And I don't know what, if, I've only watched, I think I've said this before, a few things of Scarlett as well. And somebody, I don't know if it was somebody in chat, said that Scarlett was talking about her adult child and something about she's raising a scammer or something. And so Natasha, she was talking about Scarlett, okay? And here's the thing, and I've noticed this as well. Some people that are in chat, they will say things, and either they do it to stir the shit pot, or they might have misunderstood something, okay, that happened in another community, or it could be true. But some creators, they see the chat going in their community and they read it and they just take it as the truth and they don't vet it and they go with it and they say it and they make it as content and go on the attack. I see that a lot. No vetting. So I don't know if Scarlett said this or not, but she's going on the attack with Scarlett. She is going after her looks, her parenting, her boyfriend, making fun of her boyfriend, his looks, the way Scarlett was dressed. But she says Scarlett looks like E.T., and then she says she is raising E.T. children. See how she does that? She was, in my opinion, she was making fun of Scarlett's children's looks. Because she was making fun of Scarlett's looks, saying she looked like E.T. So why would she say that Scarlett was raising E.T. children? You can't spin that any other way. I know it will be said that it was spun a different way, because that's a way for Natasha to cover her butt, to say that she was not talking about children, that she's talking about how Scarlett's raising her children. She's talking about her parenting. How can you parent a child to be like E.T.? Makes no sense. If it makes no sense, it's not true. Sorry. You are making fun of a child or children's looks, and I do believe that at least one of them's a minor. You are making fun of their looks in a way where you're trying to keep your hands clean. It's common sense. When you're saying their mother looks like E.T., and then she's raising E.T. children, you're making fun of their looks, okay? So my question is, why is Natasha getting a free pass to talk about other people's children and critique them, make fun of their looks, even if it's in a subtle way, to critique other people's children, to hold on to their pictures on social media that was given to her and not say anything about it, that's okay. We're not going to hold her to the same standards that everybody else is supposed to be held to. And her community sees nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. I find something wrong with it. Like I said, she does it in a different way. Okay? But she still does it. She still talks about other people's children. And then she goes on and she bashes everybody that she has an issue with that has left her. She bashes their looks from head to toe. She will bash everything about them. It's one thing to take jabs, but she body shames them, age shames them. And I know this has been done to her, the body shaming, okay? So why would she do this to other people? And this is nothing new with Natasha. And a lot of these people that she does this to has never body shamed her. Now, many that she does it to, or I should say some that she has body shamed, they have body shamed her. I will say that. But there's been many people that she has body shamed that has never body shamed her. But if you would notice that she goes after everybody's looks that she has a falling out with. Everybody. Or she also puts out all the personal information that they ever told her when they were friends. Everything. But that's okay. That's absolutely okay. Natasha is the queen of body shaming. The queen of it. I mean, I know that her channels are down and she put most of them on private. But here's the thing, I might be a newer creator, and I've said this before, but I've been watching for almost 4 years. Okay? This is nothing new with Natasha on body shaming. And I know she was talking about Mama Knows Best, okay? I have never heard Mama Knows Best ever body shame, or I know she's talked about Natasha. I've never heard her body shame or make fun of Natasha. She's talked about her. But Natasha sure was making fun of her. And I know that there was this big old Christmas wish bullcrap that went on. And I heard her say, well, you know, many times since the Christmas wish has went on, she has told people, if you can't afford for your kids, buy for them yourself for Christmas. You know, you should be able to afford Christmas for your own children. And she said that again about Mama Knows Best. I can't say it word for word, get a job, get a second job, or, you know, buy for your own children at Christmas. But yet she holds this Christmas fundraiser, and now I can't remember how much it was that the subs raised. What was it? Almost 10 grand, or 6 grand, 10 grand. I can't remember now. But I think she says she's going to do it again next year. But here's the thing, all the people that get on those wish lists because they're struggling, don't you think that you're making them feel like crap when you're telling certain people, well, you know, I remember at the Christmas, when she was doing the Christmas wish list, she was calling a few other people out, and she was telling them, if you can't afford for your kids, stop having so many kids. So how is that making people feel that actually put their name on that wish list when they couldn't afford for their kids. She's basically bashing everybody that couldn't afford to provide Christmas. She's saying, if you can't afford Christmas, then, go out and get another job or go out and get a job. So you're doing a good deed by doing this at Christmas time, but at the same time, when you put one or two people down, or three or four, when you make these comments, you're putting everybody down that needed help at Christmas time. It's pretty sad. So I'm going to end it on this. Everybody needs to leave the kids out of this. And if you were sent something by somebody, yes, contact that parent, even if you don't get along, or if you don't have the decency to do that, to let them know, hey, someone else is digging in on your child. At least delete the stuff that is given to you, and don't hold on to it. Don't give it to anybody. Don't use it on your channel for content. And that includes everybody. Everybody should be held to the same standards, even if you're loyal to that creator. It's not right, and everybody should be called out for it. Everybody. As well as the body shaming, okay? The age shaming. I seen that people in Natasha's community were rooting her on. They were getting fired up. And when she was doing the body shaming, and some people in there, they might not know, they might be newer. They might not know the whole, backstory or anything like that. But some of the people she was doing this to has not body shamed her, okay? She might have had a falling out with them. Some of the people that Natasha went after, like the DeLorean and stuff, have at it. She went after your child. But it gives Natasha no right to go after other people's children, and or to talk about them. I've already said before that, some people have already said they were leaving YouTube because of this mess, this nasty, ugly mess that's happened in this circle. I've had some other comments that said that they've been around for a while, and there's kinder communities out there, that this has gotten way out of control, way too ugly, and they're leaving this circle, okay? Because there are kinder communities out there than this. I get it now. It's mentally exhausting. And I said before, I don't know how the creators that are involved in all this, how they handle it on a daily. I don't. So now I'm thinking, what direction am I going to go? I'm going to finish up my positive videos that I was supposed to finish up. I have videos that are still in private. I don't even know if I'm going to release those. I think I might just start fresh. Finish those up. Focus on some more positive things. Take a break again on the behaviors, unless again something big happens, and maybe branch out to the different communities. I don't know, because this circle is really toxic, and I don't know if I want to be in this circle. I don't know. I mean, will I still look and maybe talk here and there about it? You know, maybe. But it seems like, something something really horrible is going to happen. I don't know if I want to be here anymore. I don't know. I'm lost. I'm really lost. So I'm going to take some time to think about that. I am going to, like I said, do some more positive videos. I am going to be doing, I'm going to do a fairy garden, an indoor fairy garden. It's going to be like a beach theme. I have some succulent plants that have gotten out of control, and I need to separate them from the mother plant. So that's why I'm going to do an indoor one. I've done some outdoor ones in the past. Um, Again, it is like pouring rain here. The weather has not cooperated at all for me to get out and do like my concrete stuff I wanted to do. I still haven't finished the home spa thing that I was going to do. I really got off track. I have. And I just don't know what direction I'm going to go. Like I said, I'm lost. So I'm going to do those and kind of regroup. And I know that, the positive videos or the crafting videos, those videos, they don't get the views like the drama does. They don't. But as you can see, I don't have on my channel a PayPal. I don't have a Cash App. I don't have any of that. That's not my thing. It's just not. So the views and stuff, that's not what's important to me. I've said before that if my video, if it helps one person, if one person does a craft, or if one person does, something positive that I do, it's worth it. They're not going to get the views like the drama does. And that's okay with me. And I know some people have also said they're having a hard time following me because I do lose my train of thought a lot. I do apologize. I've already stated that I am on medication for migraines, so that does play a part in that. I repeat myself a lot. Words don't come out like I want them to. They're on the tip of my tongue. They just don't come out like they want to, or like I want them to. Or I say some things that, I don't know, they're not the right words. Let's put it that way. And it is hard, when you're just talking to yourself. I've said that before. So I am going to look into, I know I've also said this before, and I've been lazy about it. I am going to look into going live. So I think it might make it a lot easier when you can sit there and have a conversation, chat with other people. And it might not be as, quote, boring as some creators might say. They want to say other creators, or basically they're saying all creators are boring, because there are many creators that don't bash, cuss, scream. So I guess, we are boring if we don't do that. And I know that I'm monotone because I am just talking to a fireplace or my lamp or something. So I want to change that as well. And maybe going live will help that. Because trust me, I do have a personality. I do. But it does make it harder. So, and I'm lost in my train of thought because, again, I don't know what direction I want to go now. Because it has just gotten way out of control. And this will be my last video on the behaviors for right now. And I'm going to take another break from that. So, again, we'll focus on the positive things, and we will go from there, and I will just do some soul searching and see what I'm going to do. But I'm going to jump off here. I hope everyone has a great day, and we'll just see what happens.